Hey, it's me, Big P. I wanted to do a quick around day 2-3 update of the video as we're pushing into red maps for the Chaos Spellslinger. As you can see here, we have put the Death's Oath on a little bit prematurely, I would say. I don't have the 6 sockets, so this less duration. It's actually a dead link you see here. It only has 3 links right now because a Swift Affliction actually requires you to have the life tap buff for that to work too. And so we've dropped some other Spellslinger support. The only thing I'm slinging right now is an Essence Drain with GMP, and then the rest is we have gone into Malevolence and Vitality. Still up in the air on exactly what I want to do. I still am toying with the idea of self-casting something that is also linked in the Death's Oath to kind of double dip on those, just to get a little bit more damage out so we can run tier 16s more comfortably. I'm just going to run a tier 13. This is like where I'm about up to in map progress. Progress is here for about, yeah, almost a full 24 hours. Decent bit of that has been AFK, but, you know, this is pretty good now, I would say. Stuff's not dying as quick as I would really like it to, so I do need that 6th socket in the Death's Oath. Now that I'm running into it, especially because once you stop relying on Spellslinger stuff, you're just not that many instances of dot damage going down. So let's see though, like for a white, like that's good. A magic mob, not so much. Like I gotta throw that or the Bane. So basically, my graphics have been doing such weird shit. Basically, you can just kind of dive into stuff and expose. I did just do the Uber Lab. I forgot to mention that, like literally right before this. And so, actually, I can, wait, can I do, like, this and this? Okay, and then I can pause. So I did just do my Uber Lab to get us Profane Bloom. So I'm still using Obliteration, which, as I said in the previous video, is just literally only giving us spell damage and explode. So there is definitely more damage we can push out there to get a really nice wand, like a +1 Chaos wand with, like, dot multi, generic multi, well, chaos dot multi and generic. I don't know about crafting that because now that I'm not going caustic arrow bow, part of the reason that caustic arrow paired so well with it, especially for like a starter build, was that it was super simple to craft the bow. Crafting a wand for chaos dot may not be so simple, but you know what? At this point, I am interested in investing in the build because it feels really good to clear with. Here's some things. So when you do run into single target stuff, like this guy's chaos and wither resistant, right? So you kind of stand by him, you throw your Bane on him. What's this guy doing to stop that? But they'll still die, but it's, you know, I want it to be quicker. Sure, we can do burning. I did mention in a previous video for like a farming strat, you don't want to be running the red altar stuff. It's not as good as, well, it's just harder to do because you can give people a lot of chaos reds. The blue altars are cold and whatchamacallit res. So Bane, Essence Drain, Bane, Essence Drain, and then you can't really stand still too much. So we're still working on getting the max set up. We do have a nice respectable life pool, and the fact that we are using a shield, again, the shield isn't really that crazy. It's just giving us a big chunk of life and some res. So I am thinking that we're gonna go more into the left side of the tree and like build out some armor and like block. Maybe even true block, if we can get away with that, instead of like spell stuff and shit like that. But let's portal down here just in case. Forgot those, I'm pretty sure it was one of the leafs hitting me. I mean, you just get like shotgunned on this fucking area, like here and there. Okay, that guy was really like perfectly draining my mana, so that was fun. Alright, it's gonna keep busting through. I really should be, like, part of me is kind of wants to fully drop Spellslinger, but then part of me is like, I like them having the frenzy charges for the attack speed. If anything, I'd probably drop the Wither Totem setup, just because it's not, it just dies so quickly when it matters, and I already have like Withering Presence or whatever. I could do Withering Step as well. I was doing before, which kind of lends itself nice to the Death's Oath playstyle. So let's see this guy. See, Wither Totem setup and the Bane, and like you get an explosion. So like it's kind of hard for me to tell. I feel like a lot of times like my actual dot damage isn't as good as like, oh yeah, that chaos explosion really helped you clear. But like, you know, that's part of the build. Here's like some true single targets. So we'll start with Bane and Essence Drain, and then like it's not that good, right? Like Does this have... They're supposed to be hexproof, but they're not, I don't think. Essence Drain does have the nice, like, you get to recover based on its debuff damage, I think. Whereas Soul Rend, I think, was just leeching based off the initial hit. Right? Yeah. As you can see, I can't imagine my Fizzmax hit is much higher than, like, 4 or 5k, which is, like, not good. And as you can see, we don't have great burst recovery either. We're just, like, we threw Vitality into the build. So... definitely, as we're pushing into the later red map progression, it looks pretty bad. But like I said, we just did the Uber Lab, so we can get an actual wand now, which, you know, who'd have thunk it, wands are actually how you boost your spell damage. With dot multi. So obviously I wasn't kiting as well as I really should have. It's a little weird because once you bring Death's Oath in the build, you like want to be kind of on top of stuff. It's hard to tell if you're in an effective range of doing damage, but you run around, you do your Bane, toss one of those out, and you're good to go. So, I am glad to showcase some deaths here. I mean, there is increased attack speed, I guess. Increased monster attack speed and stuff. But we have, I mean, how many deaths have we taken? I haven't done it like 41 times. This has been kind of squishy. Not to mention the mercenaries just kind of fucking one-tap you, like, if they feel like it. Sometimes you'll just get absolutely destroyed. Let's do one of those, sure. But otherwise, yeah, I wasn't able to play that much yesterday. We had some, like, weird, like, disconnects and stuff. And it was, like, eating maps even, so I was actually getting pissed off at it and didn't want to play. Much better today. I've also changed, like, graphics renderers because I was getting weird freezing. We've moved into Harbingers now. I'm not sure how clean it is, but like, look at that. Like, that's just really nice, good clear with just a little step and a little tap. Do one of those. Do one of these. Bane. You do get the occasional like rare monster that just will not die. I think a lot of it, even though Occultist like kind of gets rid of regen, a lot of it is regen. And of course, just general less damage taken, like that really hurts dot builds a lot. So stuff like Delirium can get scary. Like the Verisium thing, the ore from King's March can get scary. But I mean, and for day 2 gear, we're using an obliteration. We're focusing kind of on just like speed and completion right now. I am Psycho. Ooh, Reanimator. Let's see. She's got some good items. I want them. Let's not die, hopefully. Definitely throw your Bane down. God, see, like that zombie. Why didn't that zombie just one-tap me? See, like what's the counterplay there? She summoned like 3-4 raging spirits, and they all just kind of shotgun exploded me. So that's kind of annoying about the all right, whatever, that map's friggin' done. Let's go over the gear real quick. Death's Oath itself, like I said, so Less Duration and Swift Affliction are currently not working. I'm getting enough Jeweler's Orbs to make it 6-socketable, so I can put Life Tap in there, and then I'll need to put Life Tap somewhere else in the build to enable the buff. But after that, it will be a fully functional 6-socketed and therefore 7-link Death Aura, which should be very nice for clear all the way up to tier 14 plus. Frenzy with faster attacks and shield charge has been great. Frost, like, I don't know what to take out of this if we would take it. Again, socket pressure has been up here. Bane is linked with Control Destruction, Punishment, and Despair. This is the really, like, single target setup. Like, I don't think Wither Totem, like, this is probably what we'll get rid of. Probably put, like, Frostblink, Frenzy, and Life Tap in there or something like that. And then, like, shield charge with faster attacks. Blasphemy, we're still using Temp Chains. I like that one rather than anything like Punishment or Despair. Despair might be better if you want to start immediately killing stuff better, but Temp Chains is slightly more defensive. It's not super effective, obviously, as you can see. And ideally, stuff is just popping before it even has a chance to hit you. And we have moved over to using Malevolence as the aura. Here's a quick look at the tree. We dropped, like, the nodes here to get more here. Doing a little bit of like weird tinkering and stuff. I want to see if I can get away without like get rid of like the recovery here. Basically drop all of this We don't really need charisma anymore, so we can go into here. I want to connect here so that I can respec out these nodes. You can get the cluster jewel up here because there are good chaos cluster jewel stuff I want to look for. That would probably replace the large portion here. Maybe we'd go across the top. I don't know. Maybe we go into Wicked Ward. A lot of stuff still up in the air. I do want to go into like shield stuff like Safeguard and Mystic Bulwark. Just any amount of like true block we can get. Maybe eventually going down to Glancing Blows, Sanctuary, stuff like that. And getting like a Shaper Shield with like life recovery on block. Because for again, this is a build that's going to be like a mapper. Pretty much that's it. Like once I get the full Atlas completion done, I don't have my stones yet or whatever. We're gonna like transition into a rarity version of mapping, like purely mapping, similar to what I did last league with Caustic Arrow Death South, but this time I'm trying to figure out, you know, what pairs best with it. I think Bane is almost definitely going to be part of that. You can spell sling Bane as well, but that's like Spellslinger already is like a dead link of damage. It does help with cooldown recovery rate, but that's about it. And then adds flat damage based on your wand's flat damage, which doesn't work if your spell doesn't have a hit portion. You know, not really anything to write home about. Essence Drain, GMP, and Spellslinger is all we're slinging right now. I kind of want to just like try to throw like maybe just a one link Essence Drain and Contagion in that. Like, I don't know. I think Spellslinger is on its way out here as we're pushing deeper into red maps, which is kind of checks out with how the skill has been historically. Unless you're going like a low life Shav setup, which again I mentioned we can't do. Obviously we're doing Death South and we're forcing that, but otherwise looking good, feeling good. A lot of fat life rolls on gear that's helping keep us alive. What am I doing with this thing? This is pretty much just helping me keep like this huge requirements in terms of strength and dex, because Death South does give you 50 attributes. I actually went out of my way to get a really nicely rolled one in terms of attributes and armor, because now we do have a bit of armor. Like this is basically providing us with all the armor that the build is. Now we have like this flask as well, which brings us up to like almost 6k. I kind of want determination in the build, I'm not gonna lie, but again, I'm not sure. Do we push for damage? Do we push for more recovery? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff still up in the air. So let me know if you have any suggestions or if you've seen anything. Most of the people I've seen that are doing Death South are still doing Caustic Arrow shit. So I'm kind of in uncharted waters here. I'm not really sure how to scale it further, but I do think the fact that we have the shield option, shield charge, something we should kind of lean into, get a nice shield, get some block on the build, and it'll feel a lot better overall, especially once we're into mapping. I don't think there's any way to make this like a boss or a boss killer. It never was supposed to be, so I'm kind of fine with that. But yeah, let me know how your league's been going, how things are for you. I'm enjoying the league a lot. I think it's a little, it feels a little like weird, like kind of classic league where it's like it's its own thing that's kind of separate, and then maybe we're like hammering out the min-max, the crazy portion of it later. But for right now, enjoying it. I mean, I dropped 2 divs in fucking Act 9, so what's not to like? And yeah, we're gonna just keep making money and then figure out what the broken bosser is and then build that after. But look how cute she looks with Death South. I am gonna put on MTX now though, she's earned it. Maybe I'll try and keep the Death South though. It has its own nice 3D art here. Can't really see. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.